Hey everybody, this is JP with InkSoft, and in this video I'm going to showcase the newest component that's been added to the InkSoft store platform. Now this component is called the countdown component, and let me give an example of what the countdown component is and really the value that it serves. So the countdown component, as the name may imply, is the ability for you to clearly communicate and visually communicate how long that store and the products that are in that store will be available for. So from a marketing capacity, you're communicating clearly, but you're also helping to create urgency. And urgency is one of the greatest techniques from a marketing perspective to increase shopping cart conversion and really the sales results from that selling opportunity. So as you can see, the countdown component allows you to put in a title, a subheading, or really a message, and then of course it displays the days, hours, minutes, and seconds that store will be available for. So you can establish all of the details here, and there's 3 different layouts and styles for this component. So let's now jump into the details and show you to take full advantage of this all new component. So of course, we're going to sign in to the desired InkSoft online store. And once you log in as an InkSoft administrator, you'll have the ability to toggle edit mode at the very top of the online store. Now, of course, once you toggle edit mode, what we can do is click on the component library icon at the very bottom right corner. So the blue icon allows you to invoke the component library. And here in that top dropdown, once I make the selection, I can click countdown. And of course, here are the 3 layouts that are available for the countdown component. So there's sort of a ticker style, there's a minimal style, and then there's a scoreboard style. So scoreboard is great for team, athletic, sport-oriented organizations and selling opportunities. Layout number 2 being minimal is great for sort of corporate themed opportunities. And the ticker is really just a general all-purpose theme. So you can choose the desired theme. Once you make a selection, if you've previously added a component, InkSoft will recognize that and really indicate, hey, do you really want to start from scratch or do you want to load new data? In this case, we're going to start from scratch. So once I make that selection, you can see that component has now been added to my online store. Now, anytime you add a new component, any component, it's going to add at the very bottom of the components. So let's say you have 3 components added to your store. If you add a new one, it's going to be the 4th, the bottommost component. So it's always going to be at the bottom and right above the footer. So the first feature you have is the ability to adjust the position of that component. So you might want to put it at the very top of the online store to really make it clear and stand out. So using these arrow icons, I can adjust the order in which this component displays relevant to all the other components. Now, you'll notice that there is the countdown settings on the left-hand side. So the first option is the ability to toggle through different layouts. So in this case here we have the ticker layout. I can toggle to the next layout, which is that minimal, and of course the scoreboard looking layout in its appearance. Now the next option I have is to establish a background color. So that really helps to juxtapose and really help that component to really stand out against the rest of the online store. So that's an option. Now you also notice you have the ability to establish a countdown title. So a call to action, the primary message. Then you can establish the countdown description. So a great way to add some extra value and detail that might be relevant to your selling opportunity. Now here we have the ability to establish an end date. So as I select the end date, I can adjust that end date, and that updates in real time. So you'll notice now it says 23 days. Well, if I advance that to let's say August 1st, you'll see that now says 24 days. Now you also have the ability to establish the end time. You can choose AM or PM and use the functionality here to establish the end time and select done when you've made that update. Now you can also establish the time zone. Now InkSoft will automatically recognize your time zone, you as the InkSoft administrator creating this online store and adding this component. But let's say that you are setting up a store for a customer that's in a different time zone altogether. You can reestablish and reorient the time zone for that particular store. Now notice this is all real-time data, so as you make these changes, that actually reflects live in real time. Now you also have the ability to, the very last setting is upon completion. So when this countdown expires, do you want to remove the component, just make it disappear, and that's the default behavior, or do you want to disable the store, meaning the store will no longer be available for customers to purchase from? So if you really want to eliminate those straggler orders once you move to production, you can disable the store and have all the comfort and solace knowing that there's not going to be additional orders placed after the selling period that you've defined. So really that is an understanding of the countdown component. This is a responsive, of course, like everything on the InkSoft Store framework. There's 3 layouts to choose from. We expect to add more layouts in the future. Really simple tools, you can see. Great way to instill urgency to help boost sales, but also clearly communicate so those folks that do have purchase intention do commit their purchase before it's too late. Now, if you have any questions, if you need any assistance in taking advantage of this component or any others, as always, we invite you to reach out to the InkSoft Success Squad. We'd be happy to help and share any insights we can.